Wow, hello there, and welcome back to Cinema Talk. Now, this is a Cinema Talk I didn't think I'd be doing. Sorry if I look a little tired, just got home from work, etc., whatever. Anyhow, today we are going to talk about Back to the Future. Well, me and my buddies last night were sitting there watching the movies on the recently released 30th anniversary re-release, which had brand new special features. A couple of cool ones we got to check out. I wish we could have seen them all, but whatever. It was late. Um, right. So we were watching it, and while this was happening, the deciding Cubs game and whether or not they were going to make it up into the playoffs was going on. We were following the score and slowly becoming more and more depressed, sitting there going, you know, Back to the Future 2, it ain't gonna happen. And in between Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, we went ahead and popped in the bonus disc real quick, and there was a quick little message from Doc Brown, about how things weren't exactly how they turned out or were predicted. Some of the things do exist, some of the things don't exist, and that the future isn't set. Now, the series always has kind of had those themes, but I really wasn't thinking about them until after I saw this little short. And then we watched the recent Doc Brown Saves the World, where the series kind of comes up with a in-canon explanation for why we don't have a lot of the same gizmos. Something about them causing global destruction. Cute little short, but we were thinking about that. Because, if you really want to get into it, we do have quite a few of the gizmos and gadgets that the second movie predicted. Now, whether that was because of the movie or just so a coincidence, who knows? Just like in the second movie. Maybe 1955 was just a breaking point. Maybe it was the start. But, right around the time we popped in Back to the Future Part 2, we learned that the Cubs had lost and that they were out of the World Series. Now, we live here in Chicago, so it wasn't a great night for us, and it probably wasn't a great day. There was a lot of hype for them to win the World Series, and a lot of hype around the world to try and get some of the recently released products that were just exclusive, like Pepsi Perfect, which was extremely limited. But I think that the Cubs losing and things not being exactly as they were predicted, but similar, a lot like the movies. Like we have hoverboards, but they're not really like the ones in the movies. We have flat screens, but they don't really work the same. We have video chatting, but it looks a little different. Yes, as a Chicago resident, it is a bit sad that one of our home teams did not, in fact, win the World Series again. But you know, but it is important to look toward the future because the future is not set. Think about it. Well, this has been Cinema Talk. We hope to see you soon.